I like Tony Royster Jr. I like let me see. I like people that I met now, like that are actually my friends, like my boy Melvin Clay. Um, that's just a couple, but I listen to pretty much everything that I can.
But, hey man,
Heck yeah.
I'm proud to see even be your friend, man. Period.
So
Oh man, ain't nobody yet. I'm gonna get there.
Hey,
you are
It's a slow
somebody.
drive, but it's gonna happen.
hey,
I
I
mean,
see you. You know, I see your
I
clothes out there.
am
I be like, hey man,
somebody.
Somebody.
hey, I be like, hey man, I know that guy who produced that type of stuff right there.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
clothing, the work, man, just the work you put in. So some people may not know. I do, but I want to allow him to show the love. Where are you originally from? What city are you originally from, Ray Chan?
So
He's gonna
Maywood,
say,
Illinois is a little suburb on the west side of Chicago. That's where I'm from.
Chicago.
I'm a
So,
Green Bay Packers fan. I don't you know I'm a Packers fan. I really Chicago really kind of like hits me the wrong
I,
way.
I don't speak cheese.
I'm just telling you. You know the thing is about that
I
is
don't speak
we own
cheese.
Chicago. We own them. Green Bay
I don't
owns
speak
Chicago.
cheese.
Man, Chicago's getting it back together. You know what I mean? Chicago's one of those towns
I'm
that
trying to tell you.
rises
You
mighty,
know what's so
falls
bad
mighty,
about it?
rises back up.
My brother is from Chicago, and
We're a basketball capital.
yeah, I understand, but Jordan ain't there no more. But listen, but my brother is
This is
from
a fact.
Chicago, and I got to deal with that every season. But let me tell you something:
Yeah.
Green Bay come through every season, you know. But the thing is Rodgers is gone now. What is Love gonna do for Green Bay? We gonna see. But I still love you. Much love. I got much love for you.
Just, hey man, speaking of football,
We probably gonna 2-0 y'all this year.
you know
I'm
Green
gonna go
Bay.
ahead and cancel that right now because Green Bay is not a sucker team. You know they've been around a long time. I don't want to get in the camera and cloud this man out, but I'm just saying
But how you
I'm
gonna
gonna sit
cheer?
back.
But this man wants to defend
We
Green
got more
Bay.
rings though. I mean, if we talking all the more time, Chicago still got more rings. So
Well, in Chicago, man,
Hold
they
on, y'all got more
look.
rings in basketball, not in football.
Hey,
Let's not go there.
the Chicago Bears didn't come to cause
football.
no trouble. They just came to do the Super Bowl shuffle. Okay, what you know
Yeah, that's
about?
our last one, but
But listen to me. But the
we
thing
we
is, y'all
basically
ain't
the
got
inventors of
refrigerator
football.
period no more.
But look, he's a
Yeah, I mean
Texas
we don't.
guy. Like he's trying to cheer
Yeah,
for Green
we
Bay,
the
but he
leatherhead
loves Texas.
sets.
So yeah,
I'm a
man,
Longhorn period, and that's it.
What?
he's a long.
Who?
He's a hurricane.
What's that?
You know what it is.
Rashad is a he's the most dedicated hurricane that I think doesn't live
Listen
in
to me.
Florida.
On my soul.
Listen to me.
I'm trying to tell you.
If we played Miami right now, Texas
Y'all will
played
get
Miami
dog
right
walked.
now, you know what's
Y'all will
gonna
get dog
happen.
The,
walked.
the Florida
Y'all will get
Hurricanes check
dog
his
walked.
Twitter before they make decisions.
I
You know
think
what I'm saying?
it's just like playing high school kids against elementary school kids right now. That's right now.
Y'all will get dog walked.
I love you, but you know.
It wouldn't even be close. Y'all will get dog walked. Texas
Oh my
ain't.
God, we weren't even supposed to get on that, Ray Chan. We just supposed to talk about your
I'm about to
progress.
say Texas got to worry about all them other schools in Texas that's coming up, like the Mighty Deacons of Texas. What is it? Christian University and
No, no, we ain't worried
TCU,
about
Baylor.
TCU.
And
We're not worried about TCU. We ain't worried about
Tech,
Baylor.
Tech,
We ain't
didn't
worried
they
about
beat
Texas
y'all?
Tech.
Red Raiders,
We ain't worried
All
about
them
nobody.
teams beat
Texas
y'all.
A&M when we go to
Baylor,
SCU, SEC. We ain't worried about none of them.
OU. They're worried about
Boy,
Oklahoma University.
Oklahoma's gonna get beat
I
by
about to
7
say
this
Mike
year.
don't want me to say it, but I'm about to. Both of y'all finna be doormats in the
You
SEC.
know better than
Y'all,
that. You know
y'all
better than
finna be
that.
the Vanderbilts.
Look, man, we just got to learn to cheat like that
I
SEC
gotta take a break.
cheating. You know what I'm saying? And
Now
then
that is true. They definitely do that.
what,
They definitely gonna get their cheat on.
that extra cheat is nice, man. So, man, but how you been, man? What's been good with you? Tell me a little bit about what's
Man,
been going on, man.
man, good. Just acclimating back to the actual working world. I mean, didn't want to do it, but sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do to get where you want to go. So
Yep, man.
at
I
first I
see.
looked at it as going backwards, but then I looked at it as it's a necessary, and then I looked at it as well as for the family, what it's more important. It's like you can't just 100% throw yourself in the entrepreneur pool and then pull all your funds out. Like, can't live and die off it unless everything is all the way in order as far as the entrepreneurial pool. So I had to put myself back in the working man's pool so I can do what I want to do in the entrepreneurial pool.
I do
Absolutely.
understand that because when working for yourself is so much greater than working for somebody else. Definitely,
Absolutely.
because I like today I was talking to my brother. He's having trouble at his job, which when you work for somebody else, you got to do what the people
They
want
tell
you
you
to
to
do.
do.
Right. When you're working for yourself, you pretty much control your own destiny. Like you doing what's necessary for you to survive, not for a
Yeah.
company to survive. And he works for a company, which I do too. But the thing is, I feel like my company dynamics is different than his.
Yeah.
Because I have a license. I mean, things is that I can go to different places. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So it's a
Well,
difference.
everybody like I have that job, but for me, I'm a commission. Basically, I eat what I kill. You know what I mean? I get
Yeah.
nothing guaranteed, but I get a bigger back end.
Right.
So, which is good and bad. You know what I mean? Some months I'm high on the hog, and some months I'm, what I mean, struggling.
Yeah.
So, uh,
But that's the chances you take
exactly.
whenever you become like an individual and you working for yourself and not for somebody else.
Yeah.
Like the benefits is different. You have to get your own benefits. You got to do everything is up to you. Like as a contractor.
Yeah.
Like my son works as a contractor right now, and it's crazy. And I've worked as a contractor before. Like you go in, you discuss your details, but there's no taxes taken out, no benefits,
Correct.
nothing like
Correct.
that. So it's a difference when you own your own business because you have to pay attention to that stuff that you wouldn't have before when you
Yeah.
work for a company.
Well, and what it also does is it helps you understand. Like what I like about it is basically I want to be successful in my own right. I want to have my own thing, but what it helps you understand is basically it's like, okay, they're partnering with you.
Right,
We built
right,
in all the
right,
back end. We've
right.
got the websites, the logos, the designs,
Yeah.
the product.
We're gonna take care of all that.
Yeah, now
but
you
you
have
gotta,
to
you
go
gotta
consult,
perform.
build
Right.
clients, build relationships, and then as we make money, we make it together. So then, as you go out on your own, you learn a lot more about. Okay, I have to worry about this for possible employees.
Right.
Do I want 1099 employees? Do I
Right.
want, you know what I mean? Do I want a 501?
It's just like owning a bar, like, and you getting bartenders and you doing all your thing, getting hostesses and stuff like that, and they all contract.
Right.
They getting paid by what? Tips. So you have to set that stage.
Right.
Same thing with your business. You have to set that stage with the people who's making your clothing.
Right.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, nothing is free. So as far as your clothing design, everything that you make, you have to go above the price that you made it for. So you have to set that
Profit.
price. You have to
Yeah.
get
yeah,
a
yeah,
profit. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. But and speaking of that, that'll. Before we get off football, though, man, this is very important. So he is the commissioner of my fantasy league. We got to talk,
I'm
man.
not invited.
We got to talk about
Why
this.
am I not invited?
I
to
think
the
we're
San
full.
Francisco?
We're kind of full, bro.
Well, I
So
don't think
it's-
so. Oh, okay.
I gotta get you on my Facebook, Mike.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, that's what.
this he
Because that's
don't
where it
want me
came.
there.
Yeah, I mean, it came from Facebook, so I got to get you on my Facebook, and that's what we're talking about now. We're talking about trying to do the keepers and all that other stuff, and we got to
Who
figure
the
out who all
commissioner?
coming
You
back. So
commissioner?
yeah,
Okay, but
Oh,
wait,
that's
yeah.
what I'm
wait.
The
saying.
But,
So I don't
commissioner
even,
invite me in.
yes,
I
absolutely.
don't even know who all coming back yet. So it
If you got
definitely
a
may
spot,
be a
man, of
spot.
course you're in, bro. But let me ask you this: can we change our
Wow.
points? Like I'm down for keepers. If we don't have that, because that weird point system we did last year, where if a quarterback runs for 10 yards, he gets 5,000 points. But if a running back runs for 100 yards, he gets 2 points. Like what the hell kind of? I'm like, well, Patrick Mahomes wins this whole thing in our league. It's not even a.
Yeah.
I had first pick last year. If I'd have known how to pick Mahomes. But if we have keepers, I'm excited because I'm keeping Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback,
Fuck
and now he's
Rodgers.
going to the Jets.
You know what Rogers?
Yep.
You know what? Let me tell you what Rogers means to
Fuck
me.
right, I love
He
me
did
some
that
Aaron,
shit.
I
on
love me
purpose.
some Aaron Rodgers.
You see that?
I
He did that
mean,
shit.
this ain't Aaron Rodgers' season though. This is a
But-
terrible year to get him. It's like he a rookie now.
Yeah, but he also took a pay cut to get more. He's also Aaron motherfucking Rodgers. Okay, so let's just
With who
forget.
around?
Oh, he think
You know what
he
I mean?
think he
He's-
gonna be like, what's the guy from the Patriots?
The guy from the
What's
Patriots.
his name?
Uh,
What's his name?
The
Bill
GOAT, Tom
Belichick?
Brady?
Not
Tom-
Tom
Tom
Brady.
Brady.
He was thinking Ty.
That
He was
guy.
thinking Ty.
That guy.
Oh, yeah, he ain't
think
nowhere
Tom
near the
Brady.
GOAT.
Aaron,
He ain't
but-
Tom Brady.
but look.
He knows what the deal is. You hit that fool one time, all you gotta do is knock him silly. And he threw for the season.
No, man, look, here's the thing. Aaron made a Tom Brady-esque move recently, and he took, I think it was $24 million pay cut off of his contract to attract some better receivers and some better linemen.
Yeah, I'm about to say because he needs some weapons, but even in still.
But there's a couple of really good weapons on the Jets, man. They have a couple of really good
They
wide
rookies,
receivers.
and he gonna see
On the
real
who?
quick.
The what?
So,
Fucking
okay,
Jets.
so here's the thing.
What the fuck?
Are we going to keep the same scoring in our league, man? That's
No,
what I
all
need.
of that is up for discussion. All of that's up for discussion. So I mean, that's why I was,
I just wanna be
trying
there
to
when they
entertain the
talk about
conversation.
Okay, because I'm down for keepers as long as we change our point structure. Otherwise, I prefer a draft because,
I like
Yeah,
draft.
for sure.
So, but
I
anyway,
mean, I'm open. You know me, man. I'm open to changing all of it. I don't care.
everybody in our league is grumpy anyway. You should see their face
Yeah.
like, "Bruh, I'm busy, bruh." It's like, dude, we're just playing some football, bro. You know
Really?
what I'm saying?
We don't have a
They're
day
supposed
that
to get
everybody
mad.
comes together. Like we don't come to a couch or something like that, and we sit there and we talk about it.
I mean, I know everybody like in person away from the game, like literally know them all, but at the same time, everybody ain't in Oklahoma City, so it'd be hard to do a come
I
to the
get it. I
couch
get it. You got
unless
some people where Chicago.
a couple.
Oh, okay, good. Hey, and matter of fact, what's the payout?
What was it last year? Like 200?
Yeah, it's 200, you 20 in, 200, 240
Well,
out.
I mean, I got some. I mean, my cousin.
It might have been a little more because I think it's 12 of us, and I want to say it was like 20, whatever 20 times 12. I ain't doing math right now. 240.
I think I was like 9th out of 12th, and I was just so glad I wasn't 10th or 11th. So because
Yeah, I
if you
think
saw,
it
I
was like
drafted like a
240.
beast last year, bro. I was like, if you look, man, I screenshotted it, so I got receipts. All right, but look, I was projected to be number 1 by the end of the year, even by the second week. Then everybody got injured, everybody got hurt.
We put the gas on him.
Keenan Allen was out for like the whole year. I think he played 3 games the whole
Put the
year.
gas on him.
Yeah, man. So
But
I got hurt.
That's here
I
and
got
there.
hurt. So who won our league? Who won?
Tree, my boy Tree.
Yeah, shout out to Tree, man. Good job. It was not an easy year last year, man. So boo
Hey.
you.
Yeah,
But
Tree
shout
was pretty much gunking people, but I want to say I beat him during the course of the year.
yeah.
But he still won that whole thing. But I beat
Man,
him.
it's good to see you, dude.
Good to see you too,
I ain't
brother.
seen you in a minute, man. You used to come
Man.
up. I remember when we had Russell.
Russell's.
I say all the time.
Yeah. Man, I talk about Russells all the time. I miss Russells, man.
Me too, man.
Russells
I do
was the
too.
best.
I went to Groovy's the other night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was a female.
I was saying I don't even be outside like that no more. Like I'm so family manned out now. I just be on the working and family and bedtime. Work,
Get that right. It's
family,
like,
bedtime.
if I'm out
I
past
love
7,
it, man. I love it.
if I'm out past 7 p.m., I better be doing something to make money or taking my wife on a date. That's
Hey,
it. Those are my
but
options.
like I said, with the new gig that we have, we just wanted to see you. You come out and just hang out for a second.
Yeah, but, and not only that, man. There's a lot I wanted to get to. Real fast.
Yeah.
You play drums in your church, man. Tell us a little bit about that. Where is your church? If people wanted to come, where is it? That kind of stuff. Give us more info on that.
So I go to Restoration Community Church off. So it's a block past 10th and Douglas. The exact address is 1228 Lofton Drive, Midwest City, Oklahoma.
Midwest site.
And yeah, but yeah, man, I rock every Sunday. Like I guess you could call me like the ambassador. I'm the person that does all the inviting. I'm the person that tries,
I
to
love
keep
it,
the
man.
seats full. Like, that's my passion right there. I love that. I
That's
absolutely
great.
love it.
That's great. I was talking to who was I talking to about? I was talking to when I was listening to Ricky Smiley the other day, and he was
Mhm.
talking about church. You know how
Yeah.
a lot of people see that the pastor have money and they think that they steal it from the church and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
to think about this, pastors have occupation. They go to school for other things. It's not just
Yeah.
for being a pastor. You know, and a lot of people think, oh, they got all this money, they got these cars, they just take it from us and stuff like that. But then he was like, well, if you think about it, I was raised in the church. You know, it's people in the church that does things for nothing. Like, you know, for pastor appreciation, for different things around the church. I mean, like, anything that's celebrated in the church, you have people that volunteer to do things just because it's the Lord's will. It's not because they're getting paid or nothing like that. And then, you know, a lot of people look at the churches like they taking their money and don't believe nothing that the churches are doing. And it kind of touched me because I know I was raised there. I know I lived there in the church. My mama, I lived in the church. You know, like we had most of our meals in the church.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so
Yeah.
so I admire you for being, you know, the lighthouse for people coming to your church. I do. I
I
admire
try.
that.
I absolutely try. I'm trying to get
Man, I
Mike in the
love that, man.
band.
That you are a blessing to whatever
He
church
heard
that
me
you come
too.
to.
I'm trying to get Mike in the band.
Man, I'm actually very down, man. I'm trying to bring my wife. Want to bring in. I gotta ask, man, what's the dress code at your church? I don't want to come in looking homeless.
Nah,
You know what I mean? Because I put in like a nice
So-
button down, and y'all are suited up. I don't want to. You know
Now
what
you
I mean?
don't
No, I
set
wear
some chocolate
t-shirt.
up in there.
I wear
Yeah.
t-shirt, jeans, and J's every Sunday.
All right, fair. All right.
You know, if you want
All
chocolate up in there, I'm up in there. You
Y'all
know,
need
Hey,
a
come
DJ?
on with it, man. I want
DJ
you
to
there.
you know, I can show you what I know out there at church, man. You know,
The more the merrier.
Well,
I'm
man,
trying to pack that place out.
That's you know, not to get too deep into it, but man, that to me, what you were saying about a pastor is a marriage counselor. A pastor
Yeah.
is an addiction counselor. A pastor is a grief counselor. A pastor is somebody that's, you know, without good pastors, there's a lot of marriages that wouldn't exist. There's a lot of people who've overcome addiction that are on the right path that wouldn't be
Right.
there. A pastor is a mentor, a coach, a father figure. You know, so much. So yeah, man, I think that we spend so much time wanting to criticize everybody who has more than us. We
Right.
feel good
Yeah.
about that. You know, in fact,
I mean, that's just natural. That's just human nature.
right. Well, like
You know-
we were on his Facebook the other day, we were talking, and I forgot how we got on Twitter, something about X or something. And I said, you know, it's chess, not checkers. And in my opinion, Elon has seen the all-in-one app in China. Now, most people here have no idea about Chinese culture. No offense to them, they just don't. They don't understand that there's
Yeah.
a whole other side of the world and people do things very differently. And if you
Yeah.
look at it, their shit's about 5 to 10 years ahead of ours. So whatever is going on there now usually comes here. They had Netflix before we did. You know what I mean? They had high-speed internet,
Oh, that's right.
cell phones. Yeah, man. So they have an all-in-one app. So imagine if your banking, your social media, your car, because you know Tesla cars basically all run off your phone, your home security, all of that was on one app,
I don't
right?
have a Tesla car. I got gas.
Me neither. I can't do it.
I
ain't-
Me either.
That's too much.
No thanks.
I'm sorry.
Which is a whole nother thing, man, because you notice they got gas cars and they got electric cars, but what do they not make anymore? Hybrid cars. Why? Because that don't help the gas people or the electric people.
But listen to this.
See what I mean? When you
I
got its
still
own
rock my
engine-
hybrid.
Yeah, no, they're bomb. Don't get me wrong, but there's far less of them and way more of a push for electric.
Oh,
because
yeah.
when you get an engine that uses gas to recharge itself, so you don't have to go buy electric or gas, because this thing takes care of itself more, and you end up spending less overall. That doesn't help the electric company or the gas company. They want less hybrids, right? They
Okay.
want more electric, more
Phase
gas.
But
it out.
I just want to just say a fact. Y'all ready to hear it? Okay. So we was going to get a lawnmower. You know, just a little bit of lawnmower. You know, it's just a necessity when you have to cut your grass in the summer in Oklahoma. Okay.
A lot more, yes.
Just a regular lawnmower. So my brother said, hey, let's just get this electric lawnmower. I said, okay, it might save us some money because we ain't got to buy no gas. Right? Okay. So we got the electric lawnmower, weed eater, and blower. Okay? I got halfway in this yard in the back there, and the damn lawnmower stopped running because the power done start. Listen to me. I ain't even get the whole lawn mowed before the electric going out. I need some gas. I don't want no electric lawnmower. I don't want electric nothing. I want something that's run on fuel. Period.
So you gotta charge it like a phone?
Yeah, it's
No.
bullshit. Whatever they saying, bullshit. I don't even want no Tesla. I want gas car. I want. Period. Fuck
I
the
was just
world.
talking to my boy about that yesterday at the barber shop. I was like, man, them electric cars, they cool up until you get caught in the middle of bumfuck nowhere
Right, and they ain't got
and
no power.
they ain't got an electric pump.
Man, when you're sitting there talking, I was talking to somebody who was bragging. He was like, "Man, on a 2-hour charge, I can go 350 miles." And I was like, "On
Yeah,
4 minutes of filling up my tank, I can go 600 miles." You know, like, why would
on
I
my soul.
quit? I
But
don't.
you know
And
what? A lot
then
of people are
and then
afraid.
like on the greed chart, not every electric pump is created equal. So, like you
Right.
go to a pump and some of them pumps you gotta sit there for 8 hours just to get, a pinch of life to get yourself back home, which is ridiculous amongst itself. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, they gotta work out a lot of kinks for me to even halfway look at that part of life. But much as I don't want to use $4 gas, oh well, it's $4 gas it is.
I'm using $4 gas. I don't give a
I'm telling
shit.
you.
Speaking of $4 gas, that weaves us into the next thing I wanted to talk about with you. I know,
I'm using $4 gas.
and I'm not politics, right? I'm not here to debate, not going, you agree, disagree. If we agree or disagree, whatever, that's not the important
Please
part
don't
right
do
now.
it, Mike.
The important part is
Please don't.
no, we honestly, man, of
Don't
everybody,
do it, man. Don't do it.
I wouldn't with Ray Chan. What I was trying to say with my man here is he's one of the people I respect so much
I do.
that even if I disagree with him, it's just important I hear his point because any point he has been well thought out, well researched. So
it's
I absolutely
just-
respect him. But what I want to do is talk a little bit about involvement in local politics. It's something that you've helped me,
Yeah.
and I know you've helped a lot of other people locally kind of wake up to. And if you could talk to us a little bit about the importance of being involved in your local elections with your local leaders and stuff.
So like specifically right now it's more like the research and find time. Like it's like I don't dive as much into conversations now because I don't really have a clear view of who's doing what and what they're gonna do as far as the local stuff. Cause like right now we kind of just stuck in stick, and then
Yeah.
like
I met Skip.
until that's yeah, I about to say
I did.
until
I met Governor Stitt. He was a cool dude. I mean, to be honest,
I
like
mean, he probably is cool in real life, but at the
right.
same time,
It's
his
it's
ruling and
politics.
what he do, it don't help the people at all. Like, and it's all based in like ego and Trumpnomics, and like Trump himself ain't that much the devil like this dude be doing. But I ain't trying to just kick him in the pants, but at the same time, he ain't doing nothing to help the state of Oklahoma move forward.
Well, I understand that. I mean, I feel like prime example. With the weed situation. Okay.
Yeah,
This is just a prime example. You got a weed store on every corner
every
of
last one.
Oklahoma, just like
You got more
like a liquor
stores than
store.
smokers.
Right.
That's
But
what I
then
said.
you don't
You got more
pass.
stores than smokers.
But then you don't pass the law where you can just go up in there with your ID. You still have to get a doctor's note to go up in there.
I
It
mean,
makes no sense.
you want me to be honest though? I took off work. I mean, not took off work, but you know what I mean. Like when they gave us the time to go vote for that, I denied it too. I
Why
know,
did you
and
not?
folks was mad at me. I definitely denied that recreational. And here's the reason why I
Tell
did
me.
it is because already, like even though all this blueberry this and bubblegum that and all these fancy names they put on everything, it's
Right.
great. But at the same time, you gotta think the more they put science into it, the worse it is for us. Because now you're
Right.
moving
Now
away
you
from the original
chemical.
growing process into being mechanical and giving it this and all this other stuff that it wasn't intended to have, which now is further across the line from being medicinal and being like a straight cosmetic thing.
Right,
And
like a
like when it
cereal.
becomes overly cosmetic, it's not helping you. Like I didn't say it before, man. Sometimes I be feeling like that stuff make you feel like you're drunk, and ain't nobody trying to smoke themselves drunk. So it's like I didn't stop smoking as much. I ain't
Man,
gonna say I
speak for
don't
yourself.
smoke,
I'm trying to smoke
but
myself. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
like for real, like my head be spinning and so like, man, I ain't got time for this.
Right. I mean, I don't have
So I
time
done
for
slowed
a beer.
down
'Cause
a
I don't.
lot.
I'd rather have a tequila shot or a tequila drink.
Now that's my guy right there,
Period.
tequila.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
it
tequila.
stays lit. But
On my
clearly,
soul.
Mike don't understand. But it's
Oh no,
I understand.
going on 3 years and almost 4 months sober. I understand all too well. That's the
Hey, I
problem.
salute you, Mike.
Me too. I
I
salute him
salute
too.
you.
I know about
I love him
alcohol.
for that. I do. I love him for that.
No, man, if I could be a functioning alcoholic, I would. Just can't. So I'm a dysfunctioning alcoholic. But
Man, I had to learn the hard way myself that the only way to drink like that is at home.
right,
Like, not
right.
outside, not
I mean, I'm
raging,
in my
just at
garage
home.
Going
80% of the time.
touching
so.
on that weed stuff, I was actually
Yeah.
looking around because I like the CBD. You know what I mean? Basic stuff. It helps, especially if you smoke a lot of weed for a very long time and you're trying to, be a grown up now,
Yeah.
kind of stuff. But now the stuff they have, man, I don't know if you've seen it. I had to do research on it. I went in and the over the counter. This isn't the weed store shit, right? But like your vape shop, and it's like 14. It's like HHC, THCZ, and THCDB, and THCO, and HHC1, and H. And I asked it, and I was like, he's like, well, this was made by the government, and this is an extract of that. I'm like, bro, I don't want anything made by the government, that's
On my
supposed to
soul.
mimic weed. That's
That's what
bad
I'm
shit.
saying. It starts crossing the line into cosmetics. And when anything starts going into the line of, we can sell it for greed,
Yep.
then it probably ain't right for you.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Right.
What else in the
Like
state should people
they
look
need to have like a Sprouts of weed stores where everything in there is organic. Like,
Well,
because they
now
playing
I
too much.
understand where you come from when you say
Like for real, they play too much now.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
do
Like
play
let's
a
mix a
lot.
little of this with a
They
little
play a
bit of
lot.
that and mix a little bit more of this and then
Yeah, right.
folks be over the moon about the moon rocks and stuff. I don't want none of that. I don't want no goo in my nothing. Like I wasn't real big on when the whole wax craze was going. Everybody was on the let's smoke the wax. Like no,
No,
no.
that's not good for you.
Not to drop a bomb, but right now I think the two biggest addictions
I don't even like the gummies.
affecting young men and holding back young men are pornography and weed. The fake weed,
That's fair.
the strong weed.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, we don't address these. We address alcohol.
Yeah.
We address drugs, and that's fine. And I think we should. Don't get me wrong. We should address those and help folks. But we don't treat weed like it's an addictive substance, and it clearly is. And we don't treat
definitely
porn
is.
like it's addictive, and it clearly is. So I think
It
those are the two
definitely
things
is.
But is it a gateway?
holding
drug?
young men back. What, weed?
Yeah.
It doesn't
You know
matter.
what a gateway? You know what a gateway drug is? Your heart. That's what a gateway drug is. Whatever is in your heart. People have addictive spirits, not addictive
Right.
products.
Right.
So,
I just wanted to mention
what?
that because I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
But I
and
mean, I always tell people that, man. Like, I don't think things are like alcohol isn't addictive. Weed isn't addictive. Crack ain't addictive. Never tried it. None of that stuff to me, I don't think is addictive. I think people have addictive spirits, or
Right. They have
they're
addictive
trying to chase off a
personality.
demon or something like
Right.
that, and you
Alcohol's a
become
perfect
codependent
example.
on something besides yourself. So like a lot of times, man, if you one of them people that could really, and it's something my pastor say, my pastor's wife anyway, but she our pastor too. But she always say like, if you give her the microphone anytime during service, she gonna say, like I always tell y'all, encourage yourself. Encourage yourself. Like, cause you have to be able, even in your own depressions, in your own woe is me's, you gotta have some form of something that you know how to do to bring yourself back without, suppressing it with a substance. Because, I mean, not to be a preacher, but God built us tougher than that. You know what I mean?
He did.
He didn't build us to be just no fall down, fall over because this is happening. Like me personally, I look at everything as a lesson. Like I ain't lost it nothing. You know what I mean? I'm 100% undefeated. But at the same time, I've learned a lot of lessons.
Right.
Like the only L I know is lessons. L ain't for loss unless we could play a game and I'll lose in that. But in like learning stuff, everything is a lesson because you ain't gonna know how to do it the right way until you did it the wrong way.
Right.
And my
It's all teaching.
You can't
Yeah.
have a blessing without a lesson. That's one of my
On my
favorites.
toe.
But and that's man, that's powerful. And I think that's we get held back. I know that was the thing for me, as you were saying. Like alcohol, is it a gateway drug? People say that. I'll be honest. If you lay out, which I may or may not have tried pretty much everything. So, but if you lay out any drug, anything, alcohol is going to be my go-to. I'd rather
Yeah.
have liquor than anything because for me, whatever my broken thing is, in my mind, what I like about alcohol is how it makes me functional. It keeps me in the game. I was drunk or whatever. So it helps me overcome securities, feels comfortable, and I can stay in that place. And that means I'm depending on it to be comfortable and not overcoming that insecurity, that weakness. And that comes from usually most addicts are addicts because of trauma and because of stuff they
Yep.
dealt with or that they haven't dealt with that they've been through. And
Yep.
that's where people like you, your pastor, my mom is very heavily active in her church as well, and people like that do come in. So, man, I'm so thankful for you on that level. To transition on that real fast, though, just real fast before we
Yeah.
wrap that up, are there any candidates we should be looking at as Oklahomans? Are there any issues? No, first
I
of all,
mean,
I know they were trying to take away
so-
PBS. Screw that. As a dude who grew up with no brothers or sisters and no dad, I stayed in the house a lot because I grew up in bad neighborhoods with just my mom. And if it weren't for PBS, OETA, I wouldn't have. You know what I mean? That's how I know how to read. That's how I know how to write. That's how I know how to add. Like, I love that. And the fact they tried to take that away was, boo that. But which I heard they voted
did
that
take
down.
it
And
away.
we're
We
good to
don't
go.
have PBS in Oklahoma.
Say what?
They did take PBS away. We don't have PBS in Oklahoma.
No, it's not PBS. We don't have a channel for that.
I heard they voted it down and bringing it back. No.
Yeah, no, stick,
I mean, you don't have
no,
no
stick
learning
with the
channels
wall
in
up on
Oklahoma.
that. I mean, they may vote to bring it back as it stands right now. PBS isn't a network in Oklahoma, to my understanding. I mean, I leave room for me to be wrong, but the last I checked, I really believe that PBS is no longer a network for Oklahoma.
Well, that clearly
He got rid
the
of that.
question. That's one of the issues. We need to.
That goes into the indoctrinating. Like they trying to, like much as I love God, they trying to, make it seem like they trying to throw the Bible and Jesus in school and have prayer time and all that. But at the same time, to me, that's also like alienating people as well, because everybody don't pray to the same God, and I'm fair in prayer. You know what I mean? I ain't knocking somebody because they pray a different way than me. Like I'm
agree.
not built like that.
Man, I agree. You know what I mean? Not to get too deep into it on a personal level, but man, I think that we're in some trouble as a nation, quite honestly. I just think a lot of things are coming to
Yeah.
head. And I think that unless Christians understand how to get along with Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, unless people who believe in God and believe that there is an evil thing that we need to fight
Yeah.
against and be good men, take care of our families and good women,
Yeah.
if we don't join together with every God-fearing person, we're going to be in some trouble. So I agree that we gotta work
Okay.
together on that. So
Well,
absolutely.
I mean,
Brought to you by the good people at Clearly Canadian. Remember these when we was kids?
I love that clearly Canadian stuff. I usually have my water bottle, but we were trying to dial it all in. And by the way, man, Club Rain Southside starting August 17th.
I think you
Want
told
to
me
tell
about
you,
that.
tell your friends, man. We'll be there. Free karaoke.
Hey, listen, it's a grown folk situation though. This is not a kiddie pond. It's a grown folk.
I don't know no kids.
Right, and you ain't gonna know nothing there either.
I don't know no kids.
I know my kids. I don't know no kids though.
I don't even want my son to come, and he a grown man. You
Yeah,
understand,
nah.
you understand what I'm saying when I say that?
I understand.
It's a grown people's party.
Grown and
Understand?
But it's very cool, man. Honestly, right next door to the club is a place called the Mother Tree, which is a small dispensary, and they actually.
I gotta say, it sound like it.
Yeah, and it's so they own the dispensary and the Club Rain, where we're going to be doing the karaoke every Thursday night, starting on the 17th. So we got a place to go.
That's
Want
what's
to
up.
invite y'all out. Speaking of inviting you out and representing, man, what kind of things? Talk to me about your business. Talk to me about For Our Culture. Talk to me
Okay.
about Gorillas. Talk to me a little bit about that, man. Start wherever you want and break it
So,
down.
so For Our Culture is basically like to me, I look at it as a think tank. I mean, I'm also planning on doing some For Our Culture gear, but at the moment, right now, the main focus was to like I said, help my friends do stuff that they want to do. And for our culture, like I said, it's just a think tank of, you can come at. Basically, I wanted to find a way to make a biz out of being able to help people make a business. Basically, liaison and other people to a business, having a think tank. And basically, that's what For Our Culture is. That spawned a first business, which is my boy David Brown. Shout out to David Brown. His clothing line, Go Ruts. Now, I say mine too, but it's really his baby. You know what I mean? I
Right.
helped it. I helped it. But it's really his baby. And taking off with that, man. Like they do a lot. They stay out in the streets with it. I'm seeing more and more
Right.
people wearing it. So,
Right.
like to me, I'm just happy to see
I
it
seen
grow and
people wearing
go.
it.
And so, like now, that's why I said it's at the point where now I don't I'm ready to try and kick my own thing too. Like I want to see what this for our culture stuff is gonna look like, and I ultimately that was the plan from the beginning is to do both of them like that, but it was very time consuming to try and push two different brands and then have confusion or make it seem like it was a competing situation when it really
Right.
ain't.
Right.
Because like it's all under one umbrella, but at the same time, like I said, that's his baby, and he carrying the ball with it. They doing great, and I mean, I guess I could raise my hand and say I helped a little bit, but man, they do that really all on their own. Like he produce it, he kick it, he push it out, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
That's great.
Yeah, I like to call it
You
coopitalism, cooperation and
Yeah,
capitalism.
yeah,
Something we don't do.
But I mean, like I said, that like I'll say, like I said, I do say mine too, but at the same time, I can't. It's really like a 80-20 because it's really him. He done built a whole team with it. He got folks that a street team and everything, and like they show up at parties, full regalia. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's a
Right.
whole little
You
movement.
know,
So
I love that, man.
I got that. I get that.
But definitely,
mhm.
if you guys are interested, please come out, man. We would definitely want to have you represented, whether it be the For Our Culture, which I love your logo. Everybody check it out. We'll definitely share it, man. Your logo for Our Culture
Yeah.
is awesome. And then of course, Gorillas Clothing, awesome as well. On Thursday nights we'll have something represented, whatever you think, man. But we want to do that
You know,
as
I'm
well.
with.
So.
I'm with. Black on business.
He wants a jacket. He wants a jacket.
Oh yeah,
I saw the jacket, so I know I want one.
Exactly.
yeah, that's easy. That's easy.
That's done.
I seen the jacket. She wore it to work.
Yeah, I got a purple one. Yeah, but I got a purple one.
Man, I want a
That boy
black
high.
one, though. I want
Yeah,
that
I
black.
see. I saw it. She wore it to work, and she said, it's my friend, and this is his clothing design." I was like, "I know that design. Like, we had shirts. I remember that design." So
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
All right.
And then I was like, "Where did you get that jacket from?" Friend of mine. From
Same
Chicago.
thing.
Yeah, right.
Chicago, baby. So, speaking of
She's from
Chicago,
Chicago.
what's your call on the Bears, man?
She is
Yeah.
the
What's your call on the
What's her
Bears
name?
Bears this year? What's their record gonna be?
I'm gonna find out her name because I see so many people, man.
man. I can't call it the Bears such a flip flop,
They
man.
won't beat the Packers
Like,
this year.
and
I
we
think they
definitely
will,
gonna beat
though.
the Packers.
I think the Packers are in a
We
rebuild.
definitely gonna beat the Packers.
Listen to me.
Like
I just want you guys to
This gonna be the
understand
first-
one thing.
this gonna be the first year for real of beating the Packers. If nothing at all, like I say, they will do. They gonna beat the Packers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest with you. Y'all only had one person that was making us not beat you.
Who was that? Rogers?
Yep. Aaron Rodgers.
He was. Rogers said
You
he
bet.
wasn't gonna let them.
Also,
And he gone.
before we get,
I mean,
too-
Jordan Love got to like he ain't even played. Like he really finna start playing now. Like this is the first time he even really playing.
But you remember? I just
oh,
want
he's
every-
good.
I just,
Actually, no. The
I just
Bears got
want
that.
ev-
I just forgot they got that defense
I just want
here.
everybody to remember.
They got that defense.
I want
though.
everybody to remember now.
Careful.
And they're
I
gonna be
want
playing a lot of
everybody
it
to remember
too,
now.
because they ain't got that offense.
Favre was there, and then guess what?
We don't
They
remember
was
that far
tired
back.
apart. But guess
That's
when
a long
Rodgers
time
came
ago.
in, you got to remember, Love has been behind Rodgers for 2 years.
Yeah, but you got to
You
think
got to
about
remember that.
Tay left. Okay, so Tay left.
Right,
Rodgers stays
Love-
1 year, then Rodgers leaves because of the coaching. You
I'm
know
just
what I mean?
telling you.
So-
Love has been there. He knows the plays.
That's fair. Hey man, did you watch any of the fights this weekend?
Uh,
Are you a UFC guy or a boxing guy? Because I will have that debate with you if you're a boxing guy. But if you're an MMA guy, I'm the MMA dude. So what are you? What are
it's
you?
a
man?
boxing. It's supposed to be.
I don't
we
really
talking
watch a
about
lot of
boxing.
MMA like that. I watch boxing though. I watched the boxing match this weekend, and I've been telling people from the beginning that Bud on another level. But people like to spin their mouth and tell everybody that people ain't fought nobody. And it's
Right.
like, how you gonna? Don't let the TV commentators and people that
Right.
ain't
Tell
never
you
touched
who's
gloves tell
supposed
you
to win.
what a fight is.
Right. Right.
Like, yeah. And then Bud go in there and beat the brakes off their hero, and then everybody got excuses. And it's like, nah, bro, that's what Bud was supposed to do.
He was
Bud
already.
is
He was
built like
made for
that.
that.
Like,
I've seldom
Bud
seen
was
somebody
built
hit.
like that.
Right.
How you put that much power on a punch that fast? I
Hold
was
on.
like, ooh, that's
First of all-
ugly,
Because
right?
Well,
it
first
ain't
of
even
all,
about the power. It's not about the power. Bud is a calculated fighter. Like, you know what I mean? Like, first of all, you got to understand, Bud ain't fighting you left-handed or right-handed. Bud fighting you on the way it feels. Like, it's all in the movement of the shoulders and the feet. And Bud is like sizing everything up. Like, if I see you keep doing the same, right, left, eventually it's like, what I mean? It's like dancing, or even better. It's like, how these kids play a game, this shadow boxing thing where they point up and you go look the other way thing. Same thing with boxing. Once I catch your rhythm and know what you like to do, all I got to do is do the opposite of it to keep hitting you in your nose. And that's all Bud kept doing. Is every time that boy went left, Bud went right, and it was wide open and wrung that
Okay.
man ears.
I got one question. And then I'll be done with the boxing. Anybody that has Eminem coming out before him, he was supposed to be spectacular. Period. That's it.
Yeah.
Anytime you got a white boy saying your name in a
Oh,
mic, you doing
no,
something
no.
right.
Yeah,
That's
No,
what
no,
I'm
no.
saying.
Man, folks,
Eminem
man.
is great. He's great. I mean, think about
Yes,
it. When
Eminem
Pac
is
came out
great.
with Tyson, what album?
He won.
Okay, exactly.
Hey man, here's the thing. I'm afraid to say this on your social media because you got some hateful people on your social media. And we had this conversation before. I was afraid to say it. But in my opinion, Slim is top 5 of all time. And I had this conversation today with 2 other people
And I ain't even talking
who were
black
not
and
Man,
white,
there's a lot of people that say that.
and they agree.
I'm not.
so.
I'm not even talking about black.
A lot
and
of
white.
people say that.
I'm talking about greatness. Period.
Great.
It ain't got nothing to do with black, white, Mexican, green, alien, none of that. Eminem came out.
I mean, when I say, but like when I'm naming people that would be in my top 5, it's because they would get play in my car, and it ain't like when I don't put Eminem in my top 5, it ain't because I don't think he can rap or he ain't got the skill.
Right.
It's just that I don't ever get in my car and be like, oh man, let me play some Eminem.
No,
It don't even sound right saying it.
Really? Not at all? Never? Like, my name is...
That ain't my top 5.
No.
Stop the tape. Dr. Dre.
It's not my.
This kid needs
it's
to be
not my
locked
top
away.
five.
No.
It's
I
not
don't
my top
ride.
5. But
It
the
don't
thing
ride.
is,
Like, you know what I mean?
I respect
Like
it.
I was saying, it goes back to
Not even-
again a feeling.
That's fair.
Like I'm not. It's like rager music, and I'm not into raging. You know what I mean? Like
I can't stand metal.
I'm more of a
I hear you.
yeah. Like he into that. Like and that ain't my thing. But like I said, it ain't to take away from what he can do, because I agree he can rap his ass off. But it ain't what I want to hear when I'm in the car. Like in my top 5, who I got. I got Biggie, Jay-Z,
I'm with you.
Kanye, and that's
I
all.
got it.
They all number 1 to me. Like that's one A, B, and
The
C.
Godfathers. The
I got.
Godfathers.
No, man, the Godfather.
I got Chuck D up
Pete
there.
Rock and CL
Like,
Smooth.
No.
Actually,
yeah.
LL deserves more. Like, he was around
No,
forever.
the
I got Chuck
Godfathers
D
is
in the top.
NWA.
LL Cool J is in my
LL
top.
is
You know what I
the
mean? Like,
Godfather. Run DMC is a Godfather.
yeah, now
NWA
that's
is
something I
definitely
do
a
argue
God
about.
Group.
Pete Rock.
I
and CL
definitely
Smooth
argue
was
about
before-
that, because I be like, man,
I
people don't put
understand
LL
Pete
up
Rock
high
is-
enough.
Is in there, but it's just like
Pete
I'm
Rock
talking
is more
about our
beats.
era.
Like
Yeah, Pete Rock is definitely more beats because he wasn't really rapping like
See,
that.
I'm talking about
Like that's just like
Oh, I'm sorry, and I'm talking about
embarrassing as it may have been. I spent most of my childhood thinking that
Biggie
Eric
is.
B and Rakim. I'm
I
thinking
mean,
Eric B. That's
Eric
what
B
I
was
meant.
the
That's
right.
I'm
rapper.
sorry. I meant Eric B. Rakim. Don't sweat the technique. My bad. Fuck. My bad. So yeah.
Yeah, because
And,
like you
and
got to think back when we was kids and listening to music, everybody would the name that come out first is always the DJ.
right.
Yeah. Well, and
So
the first I remember when 1, 2, 3 into the 4 Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dog that changed hip hop
Yeah.
in my community, and then Eminem came out and changed hip hop. Because before that, all we had
Yeah.
was Vanilla Ice, man. I like Third Base back in the day. They got respect, but
he was cool.
I'll take you down the white rapper history rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Son. There weren't too many.
Long, I about to say long as you don't name Snow.
Let's not. That dude was Canadian. We don't claim that. So, here, I want to know what Riz's beef with the Beastie Boys is, man. I understand. Maybe he felt like they were taking up the hip hop space when they were a punk band who basically the record company said do hip hop because it's blowing up and it'll work for you. Because later in their career, they actually went back to playing music. But of course, Wu-Tang, man, it's so Ghostface Killer. Raekwon. Raekwon sounds to me like the most. Like I hear LL when I listen to Raekwon. You know what I mean? Like I hear that LL
Yeah.
style and that that Brooklyn bang 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 style. So I love them for that. Shit, man, we have gone all over the place.
Hey, listen, KRS-One.
Yeah, he up there too.
Blinded, you've been blinded. Africa Bambaataa. We can
Yeah.
get. I miss conscious rap actually, man. What happened to Who's doing conscious rap now? By the way, who?
I don't know.
J. Cole.
Well, Jay.
You got J. Cole. You got Kendrick Lamar. You
Kendrick.
got
Oh, yeah, Kendrick.
J Electronica. You got
J. Cole, I think, is Edge. Definitely Kendrick. I would definitely say Kendrick.
Joey Badass.
Think about Arrested
That's digging in the
Development.
crates.
Who's our current Arrested
Yeah.
Development?
Toby and whatever his name is, the dude from Texas.
Yeah.
Him and his family, they the new Arrested Development because he got like I like that concept. He got his whole family on stage with him, his wife, his brother, his sister, his you know what I mean, and they all in a group and they rock. So the dude that sing "Try Jesus Not Me"
Yeah.
because I fight.
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Okay, now I gotta try it. That's okay. What's your opinion on Christian hip hop, man? What do you think about Christian rappers?
I mean, it's like a couple of them that might be cool, but at the same time, it's hard, man. Like, I look at Christian rappers the same way I do the WNBA. I get it, and I mean, it could be something, but at the same time, it needs something. Like, it genuinely needs something, and I think a lot of it got to do with the fact that the church is so unaccepting of everything that ain't that. You know what I mean? So if it ain't that, then the church really don't want it. And like, like Lecrae is hard. Lecrae's super hard, and like he a Christian rapper, but at the same time, he's one of the ones that has mastered, giving it to God, and then also, being universal enough that a song can get some play on the radio.
Right.
Right.
And then, man, as we wrap this up, who do you like? Who inspires you? Who do you listen to? If you want to inspire people, send them on as far as podcast, music, film. Who are you into, man? Who are you grooving on?
Music, of course, the GOAT Ye. Go listen to the GOAT Ye. Quit hating on that boy. They trying to silence that man because he be telling the truth.
I like Ye though. Let me tell you why I like Ye.
I do too.
Chestnut checkers, man. We'll get into it in a second. You go.
You done opening up a door with Ye. Ye is
Yeah, Ye that boy.
Corporation. He is. He has found out that they are trying to kill him.
Yeah, and they want him to shut up.
Yeah.
And the easiest way to make and he said it plain as day. The easiest way to make somebody shut up in mass media is convince the world that they crazy.
Right. Exactly. That's how they do anybody. How
Yeah.
you think they did to women back in the late 60s and 50s.
But
And
yeah, when I
they
want to
said
hear
they
me
was
roar.
crazy.
All these crazy women out here in the streets with the picket signs. Don't
You're
listen to
right.
them.
They all crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't think of the dude's name. I'm gonna ask you about a guy later, but yeah, man. What do we got? Okay, so listen to them. What else? Who else you got? Who else you want to talk about? Oh, by the way,
I'm
about
about
Yee.
to say,
Real fast, I just have to say this
like-
about Yee. The whole point was to get out of his Adidas contract, which they then renegotiated with him. That was kind of the whole
Adidas
thing.
contract and the Gap contract. That's what all of that was about.
Right.
But like I said, a lot of times, man, when people are real forward in thinking, it goes over people's head because sometimes we get so used to being the worker that even in our dream we forget how to be a boss. Like, and a lot of people don't know how to be a boss. Never had the opportunity to be a boss. So like the thought of being able to buck the system is just like, oh my God, no, he didn't do that. Yeah, he did. Like, that's how you get out of a contract.
Right, because they dropped him.
Also-
And guess what?
But it's the same. It's the same thing with like, you know how like folks that rent houses or apartments and stuff like that. You stuck in an ironclad clause. Like, I don't care if you got a job across the world somewhere. You still owe me rent for a whole year. Like, you gotta find a way to get out of that so that you don't have to pay that exiting clause. And that's all he was doing, is making sure he ain't got no exiting clause.
And then I think he was doing one more thing, which was proving there are still some sacred cows, some things you can't say. I
Yeah.
don't think he hates any one group of people. You know what I mean? Even, our redacted
No, not
brothers.
at all.
I don't think he hates anyone.
He
But
don't
what he
hate
was,
no group of people.
what
Man.
he was trying to do was say that there's no real free speech left in America. What he was trying
Not
to
at
say
all.
is that you have to. There are things that if you say,
Conform to what they want you to say.
and the fact
And
that
you
they
gotta
have
say it the way that they want you to say it.
And ultimately, at the end of the day, no matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you have, at the end of the day, they will take it from you if you don't, just.
You know what
like,
the wildest part about that whole thing was, and I think I told you this before, but like, because I study stuff when I want to know it, and like for Adidas of all people to get mad at what he said, company that was backed by Hitler himself is like, the hell.
Man, I found that I was so mad because I love my Adidas, and I was like this and that,
Yeah, like
and all
how
of a
y'all
sudden it
mad?
was like.
And the founding fathers of your entire company, the Dansler brothers, is best friends with Hitler.
See, I did not know. I was not aware. Wow. See.
Man, that's well documented. Cause look, here's another nugget. The Dansler brothers, they got in an argument themselves, and one wanted the company to go one way, and the other one wanted to go another way. So he broke off and went and made Puma. That's another thing. People don't even know Adidas and Puma are the same damn thing.
Wow. Drop
They
the
both
knowledge.
made by the Adi Danslers, the Dansler brothers.
Wow, I didn't know, man. Holy shit. So, yeah, I found out Puma.
I mean,
was-
I'm a sneakerhead.
I know. And that's the thing. I try not to wear Nikes because of the slave labor stuff, and and the fact that they.
Everybody got slave labor. You might as well walk around barefoot
I
here.
know.
Any shoe that you.
Honestly,
any
your
shoe
phone.
that- Right.
We can talk about Africa right
They
now.
all slave laboring.
Yeah.
Again, it goes back to it's easier to pick on the big guy and make it seem like he the only one doing it because the little guys can get away with it. But like, who really is making anything in mass production where they ain't got it somewhere in a sweatshop? Everybody got a sweatshop. Everybody.
That's true.
If they in mass production, they got a sweatshop.
I just wanted to leave.
Oh shit! I got a horn.
You're making them valid points, man. So that's very true, man. I think that's something everybody should look at. Press workers around the world. That is something that I feel for. And in fact, the fact that we have oppressed workers right here in America, that sucks, man. The good thing is we still have a country where we can do something about it. You know what I mean? We are.
I'm about to say, hell, if you clock in for a 9 to 5, you work in a sweatshop too. Hell, all that damn work you do, and then you gotta go. Like, cause I just thought about it the other day. Like, man, if we paying $4 for gas, then like they tell you that you make too much to get food stamps, and you all got health care, even though you ain't going to the hospital, you got maybe a couple checkups during the course of the year, but they take a little bit out of every check for it anyway. It's like, You have to. Because you still go to work. You come home with minimal money for what you're doing and minimal money to spend on yourself. And most folks got two and three jobs to maintain one life.
Think
Like,
about
that's
yeah, dude.
ridiculous.
They had the Boston Tea Party over. Think about this. The money you get is taxed, right? There's a payroll tax on it, right? So the fact that you're getting paid, that's taxed money. Then you got to pay taxes on that income. Then any dollars you spend anywhere else gets a sales tax on top of that, right? So everything you get is taxed 4 times before you even get a dollar to spend, man.
Yeah, so you're paying tax on the tax.
It's crazy. Anyway, man, we gotta get rolling.
We pay tax on the tax.
One
Yeah,
thing I wanted
man.
to touch on, man, we are gonna have to do a part 2. I didn't realize how awesome and
Yeah.
fun and cool this was gonna be.
Right.
We're gonna get out of here. Our goal is an hour. It looks like we are a little over an hour now. So, what do you want to leave the folks with, man? Where do they find you? What socials? Let them know.
Man, I be trolling Facebook. I don't got, well, I still got the Johnny Buttermaker page, but I don't use it no more because I'm, what now? Almost 2 years jail free from Facebook. So,
Are you gonna let some people in back of the
Uh,
bus if they try? He's also an administrator. What's cool is I was there when he just built it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
It was a fun little thing, and now it's so big.
but I mean,
It's-
I'm trying to get that back on the original plan that it was made for, because like the name is entirely too prime to do stuff with. Like the back of the bus was made, off of a comic premise. Shout out to my boy Dame. Dame in Detroit, he came up with the name because we had a naming contest at the very beginning of the thing because it was just like a shared group. And I was like, hey man, let's get this thing a name. And he called it the back of the bus, and that stuck. And I told him every day, I'm gonna give you credit for it. I'm gonna always let people know that you're the reason why it came that way. So yeah, man, the back of the bus, which was supposed to be ultimately like,
That's tight.
it's an.
Shout out to
I
Dave, by the
can't
way.
even
I've got to
say
do
what
a
it
few
was.
shows with him.
You know what I'm talking about, Big
Dudes I've
Dave?
ever worked with, by the way, man. Got to give him love. One of the
I'm about
funniest.
to say I could give away what all it was supposed to do, but I'm definitely gonna get the bus back on the wheels so that we can do what we originally tried to do with it, because it's right up everybody's mics and dames and everybody's wheelhouse. So we need to get that rolling, and I probably need to coordinate with you more, Mike, so we can figure out where to go and how to set it up right, what the right way, so that we can do what we're trying to do with it ultimately and get it rolling.
Man, we work together.
But yeah, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Instagram and Twitter, both of those are Ray Chan 4. And then Facebook, I didn't went back to my whole real name, so you gotta look at Rashad Chandler to catch me.
That's what I was trying to get back
But
in
I'm
the
on
bus.
there and I'm still trolling.
I was going back in the bus,
I'm
you
back
didn't
on
give
there
your
trolling.
name. Fair, yeah, trolling.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm trying to get that rolling again. I got 2,200 something people in there, so try to get it to about 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 quick as we can. So it's really just a matter of people adding people and people
Right.
adding people. So
Right.
yeah, man, just trying to grow stuff.
I'm gonna pick a fight on there tomorrow just for you, so we can get some activity going. I'm gonna get somebody mad at me, and
Oh my God.
it's easy. It's so easy nowadays.
He likes picking fights. You know that.
Hey, I was gonna say, don't get put in Facebook jail, because what's so easy is getting put in Facebook jail. That be the main thing. It's like you can't even say nothing on Facebook no more.
Imagine if you were white.
Hey man.
Can't say nothing.
Anyway, brother, we love you so much. We thank you so much. You are the kind of person that makes this
Man, I
town and
appreciate
this
y'all.
country go. So thank you. And we will do a part 2 as soon
I
as
appreciate
possible.
that, man.
All right, we'll talk to you soon, brother.
For sure.
All right.
All right,
All
man.
right,
It's
man.
good to see you, man.
All right. Bye-bye.
Good to see you too, bro.
All right, that is Ray Chan. Thank you so much. We're going to sign off. This was our first official. We said 1A because 1 was a little funky. We're going to get it dialed in. I guess we had some audio issues from what from here and from one of my producers, but we're going to get it dialed in.
Right.
What do you think? How do you think it went?
I think it went great. I mean, I got to see somebody that I ain't seen in a long time, and it was good. It was good conversation. I mean,
A wonderful human being, great dude.
very good human being.
Man, I wish we had 10,000 more folks like him in the world. Man, thank you guys so much. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any comments or thoughts, let us know on Rumble. It's PTPod. On YouTube, it's PTPod, and if it's Facebook, you're seeing us here now already. So thank you so much. Shout out to Ray Chan, Back of the Bus, Damon Detroit. Want to thank Rain Lounge. Like I said, the 17th will be there. Throwback karaoke. Once again, check out PTOKC for more info. Want to thank Peak, Plaza, and Empower Nutrition. Shout out to my boy Josh, my girl Crystal, and Hayden and Jared and the whole team out there. Any shout outs, brother?
Reclaim Wellness. They have helped me do the most in my fitness. So, Reclaim Wellness.
Check out Reclaim Wellness. I love you, dear. Told you I'd shout you out. Bye, y'all.